Hello and welcome to Newsfeed on Trust TV. I am Sumaya Abubakar, taking you through the stories trending online that people are talking about and sharing around the globe today. Tinubu's government inherited a bankrupt country, says NSA. Saudi Arabia cancels visa of 264 Nigerian passengers on arrival in Jeddah. Tinubu directs RMAFC to raise judges' salary. And UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak sacks Suella Braverman, Home Secretary, after she accused London police of political bias. Now, top of what's trending today, we have the current administration inherited a bankrupt country from the previous administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari, the National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu has said. Speaking in Abuja on Monday, November 13th, he said that the revenue generated by the Bola Tinubu-led administration is being used to repay what was taken from the country. According to him, I assure you that the federal government will not rest on its oars in ensuring a robust and viable defense management and security apparatus to address contemporary challenges, even in the face of enormous budgetary constraint. We are facing budgetary constraints. It is important for you to know that we have inherited a very difficult situation, literally a bankrupt country, no money, to a point where we can say that all the money we are getting now, we are paying back what was taken. It is serious. But this administration is doing its best to meet our requirement, particularly the armed forces. And I believe that you leaders will be able to testify to that, he said. The netizen commented, inherited a bankrupt country, but you people can gather money to buy big cars for senators. You even still have mind on planning of buying yachts. The government is not working for the people. They are only after their belly. Another person said, so basically he fought to inherit a bankrupt country. Another person asked, so how come nobody from the previous administration has been probed or prosecuted for bankrupting Nigeria? Excuses, we need solution for goodness sake. Next on what's trending, we have about 264 Nigerians who flew from Lagos and Kano State to Jeddah, Saudi Arabia on Monday, November 13th, have been denied entry into the Asian country. The Nigerians, majority of whom were going to perform Lesser Hajj, the Umrah, were turned back at the airport moments after they arrived the country via Air Peace airline. Saudi Arabian authorities were said to have cancelled their visas and insisted that the airline should return them back to Nigeria. The flight took off from the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, via the Malam Aminu Kano International Airport, Kano, on Sunday night and landed at King Abdulaziz International Airport, Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, on Monday. But to the consternation of the airline staff, the Saudi Arabian authorities announced that all the passengers' visas had been cancelled. This was despite the fact that the passengers went through the Advanced Passengers Information System, APIS, during the check-in formalities in Nigeria, which was also monitored by the Saudi authorities. Daily Trust reports that Air Peace penultimate week launched a direct flight to Jeddah, which has been recording high load factor. A source who confirmed the development said the screening of passengers from the MMIA and Kano Airport was thorough. There was no issues with the visas, and we are surprised because this cancellation was announced when the flight already landed. It was learned that it was when the Nigerian embassy waded in that Saudi authorities reduced the number of passengers that will be returned to 177 from 264. A netizen commented, Nigeria passport comes with a lot of disrespect. A guy opined, it's their country, they can do whatever they like, but when they want to come here, you will roll red carpet for them. Another guy said, what is happening here is simple. The Saudi government is trying to frustrate Air Peace from running that route because Saudi Air makes billions from this route alone. If Air Peace continues to lift passengers from Nigeria directly to Jeddah, that automatically means no business for Saudi Air and other Saudi airlines. Note, Air Peace just commenced their direct route from Nigeria to Saudi Arabia, which is a good thing. Next on what's trending, we have the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission, the RMAFC, has been directed by President Bola Tinubu to improve on the welfare of the nation's judicial officers. President Tinubu, whose speech was read by the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Lateef Fagbemi on Monday, November 13th, at the opening session of the All Nigerian Judges Conference of the Superior Court, cautioned against undue criticism of the judiciary, particularly in the relation to decision on political cases. The president also advocated for the appointment of justices of the appellate court from outside the bench. The speech read, I have directed the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission to review its previous unacceptable recommendation of a 114% increase in the remuneration of judicial officers and come up with a more realistic rate that would reflect the present economic reality. While the Nigerian judiciary is not immune from certain challenges, it has, however, surmounted these limitations to creditably retain the status of both the last hope of the common man and the bastion of rule of law and democracy. I wish to observe that in the course of demonstrating this commitment to the advancement of the rule of law and democracy, especially in political and electoral cases, the judiciary has come under myopic criticism and attacks, the statement read. A netizen said, to compensate them for a job well done. I know, though, that nobody will take anything from this earth when they die. Someone wrote, I know they are working hard. And another person asked, what about the teachers or the health workers? Quite a number of people that are poorly remunerated. Next on What's Trending, we have ASU joins NLC and TUC declares a nationwide strike. The Academic Staff Union of the Universities, ASU, has directed its members to join the nationwide strike declared by the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, and the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, the TUC, that started on Monday midnight, November 13th. The president of ASU, Professor Emmanuel Osodeke, gave the directive in a letter sent to all the union zonal coordinators and branch chairpersons of the union on Monday evening. He said, as an affiliate of NLC, all members of our union are hereby directed to join this action of NLC to protect the interests of Nigerian workers and the leadership of the union. Zonal coordinators and branch chairpersons should immediately mobilize our members to participate in the action. A people united cannot be defeated, he added. It will be recalled that NLC and the TUC embarked on a nationwide strike over the ill treatment of the NLC President Joe Ajaero during the workers' protest in Imo State, unjust declaration of 11,000 workers as ghost employees, unsettled gratuities, non-compliance of 30,000 Naira Minimum Wage Act, and declaration of 10,000 pensioners as ghost retirees. A netizen commented, ASU again. Thank God my daughter is not part of this nonsense anymore. She is now here with me in Canada. A lady opined, everybody's supposed to join this strike because cost of living is dealing with the living hike in everything while salaries remain the same. Another lady wrote, I thought they increased school fees to avoid this. Why exactly is ASU joining the strike? Now let's take a short break, and when we come back, you will see what happened to a mother of 6 in Niger State. Stay tuned. Welcome back. It's Newsfeed. Now, mother of 6 narrates how her son-in-law extorted over 5 million naira from her. A 40-year-old mother of 6, Saudetu Aliyu, has narrated how her son-in-law Gambo Adamu deceived her into believing that he contracted a marriage between her and the former president Muhammadu Buhari. Adamu was sentenced to 12 months in prison by a magistrate court sitting in Minna, Niger State, last month. Saudetu, who is a divorcee and food vendor, had approached the court that her son-in-law extorted money from her amounting to 5 million naira with a promise to marry her off to the ex-president. She told the court that her son-in-law presented to her the sum of 100,000 naira as bride price, a basket of kola nuts and fried chicken in a bag as gift from President Buhari during the wedding Fatiha. She said that after waiting to see the former president coming to pick her as his new wife, she decided to approach the court for intervention. She added that the convict also asked her to set up a non-governmental organization, NGO, with her as chairperson, while he, the son-in-law, will serve as the spokesman, promising her that she will get benefits from the federal and state governments in addition to allocation of slots for Hajj. The magistrate, Ibrahim Musa Zago, sentenced the defendant to 12 months imprisonment for cheating contrary to Section 322 of the Penal Code with an option of 100,000 naira fine. He also ordered the defendant to pay 2 million naira as compensation to the complainant. Speaking with Daily Trust Radio in an interview published, Saudatu narrated how Gambo extorted her with the fake marriage and even made her believe that she will succeed Bakari as Buhari's chief of staff. A netizen asked, but have they gotten Buhari's side of the story? A lady opined, I don't know the best reaction. Is it to laugh or cry? Indeed. And a guy added, even Buhari will laugh and piss on himself if he hears this. Next on what's trending, we have the Federal Polytechnic offers students punished for constituting a nuisance while signing out after their final exam. The students of Federal Polytechnic of Kwara State were made to frog jump for constituting a nuisance while signing out after writing their final exams. A video shared online shows them serving punishment under the sun while a staff of the institution monitored and scolded them for their action. Take a look.
Here with us at the meeting. Hey, come on, bend down. Bend down, I said bend down. Yeah, the front, bend down. Bend down properly. People be all in the name of graduation or signing out or whatever you call it. You will be moving, you'll be constituting nuisance around town, creating security of insecurity.
The guy wrote, in my 2.5 decades on earth, I have never seen the person that will bully me into doing something like this. If I can't fight back, I will run, but I will never do something like this. Another guy said, this is gross abuse of authority. The cloth is theirs, and they did not write on school property. So what kind of nonsense is this? A lady asked, what is the meaning of this on their fundamental human rights? Next on what's trending, we have Rishi Sunak has sacked his controversial Home Secretary, Suella Braverman, after she defied the Prime Minister's authority. A Downing Street official said Sunak had asked Braverman to leave the government and she had accepted in what would be a wider reshuffle on Monday, November 13th. Sunak sacked Braverman after she prompted widespread anger with her comments on rough sleeping being a lifestyle choice and criticism of the Metropolitan Police handling of pro-Palestinian protests in recent days. Braverman has repeatedly referred to pro-Palestine marches in London as hate marches. In the letter to the Times, she said that the protests were disturbingly reminiscent of past scenes in the Northern Ireland, comments widely condemned as both incendiary and inaccurate. Her future was plunged into doubt last week when she defied Number 10's instruction to tone down an article comparing the pro-Palestinian Armistice Day rally to sectarian marches in Northern Ireland. She also appeared to undermine the operational independence of the Metropolitan Police by arguing in the piece that during the COVID-19 pandemic, lockdown objectors were given no quota but police officers, while Black Lives Matter demonstrators were allowed to break the rules. Sunak was also uncomfortable with Braverman's comments on social media platform X, formerly Twitter, that homeless people living in tents had taken a lifestyle of choice. Her sacking comes just 13 months after she was forced to resign from the same job by the former Prime Minister Liz Truss for a technical security breach in which she uses her personal email to send information relating to government business. A netizen commented, welcome development. She's been the one spearheading the recent anti-immigration campaigns in the country. A lady wrote, anyone that thinks homelessness is a choice should not be allowed to have any public service job. No human sympathy, very out of touch with reality. And someone said, UK is playing a dangerous game with this political correctness madness. My fear with all of this, they are pushing the political right to the wall, and one day the right wing will revolt and is going to be tough on all ethnic minorities. And lastly, onto a funny video of a mischievous cat and dog who decided to implicate an innocent dog. Take a look. It's how that dog, just closed off the window on the other one. Well, thank goodness for the CCTV. It shows the truth. And that is all on Newsfeed today on Trust TV. Follow us and subscribe to all our social media platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and X. Bye.